snack or meal cup things that are like salmon with mayonnaise with some vegetables in it, and just pop the top and you're ready to roll. But the thing is, I mean, it's very good, and I had one, but then I came back to the room, and then I ordered a pho soup, and that's these things right here, and it's an extremely tasty soup that, it's like chicken, and there's some noodles in there and veggies, and they have bean sprouts that are so crisp and fresh that they're like candy. And I have the thing will arrive in like 20 minutes after you order it max, and it costs like $13, including the tip. So yeah, and I just tipped 20%, and man, heck of a deal. But there's something I wanted to address about my own health that might also apply to some of my MGTOW brothers, and I thought I would share that. Now, when you eat, and when I eat, or when I used to eat as a young man, right, I would like eat something, and then shortly after that, within like 10 minutes of eating, I would burp, right? And what that was an indication of is that hydrochloric acid was being dumped into the stomach to process the food. But gradually, as the decades have gone by, that went away, right? I stopped having that burp, right? And I never really noticed it. But my naturopath looked at my blood work and was saying, I think you've got low stomach acid. Because he was like looking at various components of my blood work, and he's saying, yeah, that requires acid, that requires acid, that requires acid, and they're all really low. And so what was happening was my system was processing the food, sort of, but I suspect I was like largely depending on bacterial assistance to process my food, kind of like a cow, right? And because my stomach acid just wasn't there, right? But my naturopath put me on these capsules that are supplements for stomach acid. And I usually have like 3 or 4 during a meal. You take them like about a third in, and or maybe 25, 50, 75. Pardon me. Man, walking out around Walmart just that little bit, man, that kicked my ass. I'm yawning and I'm ready to lay down. So anyway, but this is the stuff right here. It's called let me get my glasses on. Betaine HCl with pepsin, and I think that's like another stomach acid type stuff. But anyway, it really does the trick. And the thing is, over at in Cancun, eating the normal, the meals down there, man, I got severe friggin' diarrhea twice, and I was regretful because I had forgotten my stomach acid pills, at home throughout that whole Hope for Cancer thing that I went to. And it just, and without the stomach acid, without that acid in your stomach, you're like exposed to a lot of bacterial infections that otherwise would be eliminated by the stomach acid. But all the time that I've been here, I haven't had a lick of trouble with any kind of like nausea or diarrhea or anything like that. So, I would, especially if you're an older guy like myself, it tends to happen a lot. Younger guys generally have plenty of stomach acid, but when you get older, off. It's like an epidemic, a real one. Um, Throughout the United States, it's like 20% of adults have like low stomach acid, and then the result is they just don't live as well, and they can't get as much benefit from their food, and the various parts of their blood work, which is usually absorbed by the nutrients are generally absorbed through acid, like being processed by acid. And if you don't have that, you will not be as healthy or as happy or as productive or as well off as you would be if you do. So I would if I were you guys, especially if you're an older guy like me, look at how your body processes a meal. When you eat a meal, 10 minutes later, you really should burp. And you should have that stomach acid activity going, and it creates, then when it hits the stomach wall, it has ammonia glands, and your stomach can handle a lot of acid because of those ammonia glands. And then basically the combination of the ammonia hitting the stomach acid causes the burp, and then that you're really benefiting from your food. So if you don't get that burp though, I would definitely look into it. And I'm gonna see if I can leave a link on the more info area of the video to this stuff. And I don't have any Amazon links or anything like that. I don't benefit from this at all. I benefit a lot because my brothers would be better off. Those of us who have this problem, man, I will consider it a real feather in my cap if you can benefit from this. Another MGTOW has been speaking to me about how every time he comes to Mexico, he gets the runs, right? And I have a strong suspicion that he's either really being reckless or he has low stomach acid. So I will leave a link, and I will be honored if that improves any of the lives of my MGTOW brothers. Okay, MGTOWs. Yeah, I went to Walmart, bought some things, but man, I get tired so easy. I mean, just pushing a shopping cart through Walmart, I was starting to get tired, and I was starting to sweat, and I was starting to get, kind of debilitated, and then I bought my stuff and took my Uber back, and man, I am done for the rest of the freaking day. I might even take a nap, which is almost unheard of for me. Generally, I'm so amped up, I can't sleep in the day. But today, I think I might. Okay, MGTOWs, that's about all I got for you, and don't get married.